up, Southwest Florida? Welcome to our neighborhood news podcast, Off Script.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for joining us. This is our Neighborhood by Neighborhood podcast where we take a second to spotlight big stories going on in our community thanks to our community correspondents that are stationed throughout the Southwest Florida area.
Amen. We did want to bring in a special guest today, though. I look like I'm ready to play tennis.
You are
Are you saying you representing the pickleball community?
Anyway, Trent.
Yeah.
Let's talk about weather because
You guys hear me, by the way? I don't remember if
I
I
can hear
turned
you,
this
yeah.
on. Okay.
Yeah, you
you're
sound good.
We wanted to bring, obviously, Hurricane Erin is something we're watching very closely. It's not going to impact weather here in Southwest Florida, but nonetheless, it is going to have some impacts to different communities, including potentially the Outer Banks of North Carolina, or definitely, right? I mean, they're going to have high waves. We know a lot of people have loved ones, family members, second homes in North Carolina, so we just wanted to bring you in to talk about Erin.
Sure. From the northern Florida Keys all the way up the East Coast, rip currents, high surf advisories, beach erosion is going to be a big concern. But you think about where the storm's going, this couldn't be a more perfect scenario for everyone involved. This storm was a monster, Category 5, and it's going to continue to get bigger in the next couple of days. So the fact that it's what we call splitting the uprights between Bermuda and the East Coast, perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, could you imagine if this was making landfall?
Oh, my goodness, no. It's going to be big enough, though, that the surf there in the Outer Banks, we all know that those houses that they have on the stilts, we've all seen those romance movies, and right?
Like The Notebook?
No, not that one. What is it? Roads to Rodanthe, and there's another
Yeah.
one that's got...
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And they have them on Lifetime.
But anyway, so beach erosion is a huge concern there, and
Yeah,
they're
of
just worried
course.
the folks that live on the Outer Banks, the water would come up enough that there would no way to get them off the island. So there are mandatory evacuations there for a very small section of North Carolina, but there are tropical storm watches and storm surge watches up at the moment. Those will be upgraded as the storm gets a little closer.
What about for us here in the state of Florida on the East Coast? Are they going to have big waves there as well?
Yeah, rip current's going to be a huge issue. If for some reason the next couple of days you plan on going to the beach over there, stay out of the water. Bottom line, it's just not going to be safe. And those high surf advisories go up and down the state as well. So a little rough, a little dangerous. And over here, we're going to be just fine. The only impact we're going to see here is just the way our winds shift in the afternoon. So you throw in our afternoon thunderstorms. Today, they're going to be pushed along the coast. Tomorrow, they go the opposite direction. And then Thursday, the rain chance comes back up. So here, the impacts are just how it varies our daily pattern.
Wow.
I'm a TikTok scroller. And so, some of the things I find pretty laughable, but I do want to address them because I think it's really important to lean into the experts at this point. So a lot of people are talking about the two areas that meteorologists are watching right now after Erin. Can you talk a little bit about those? Because according to some TikTok experts, it looks like one's coming directly to us. It looks like, one's going to turn into a Category 17. So I'd like to just get some consultation from the real experts.
Just like to also clarify, the word TikTok in front of expert does not make you an expert.
Preach.
Okay?
Preach.
Say it.
Yeah, I'm not on TikTok yet, and there's probably a pretty good reason because I'd spend 5 hours a day probably cursing people out in the comments.
Yeah.
I cannot wrap my head around the amount of engagement some of these posts are getting. If I could only tell you how many hurricanes we should have been hit by this year if you were listening to the TikTokers, I can take a first grader to the internet and show him how to doomsday forecast because these computer models, some of them go out 14 days and the computer models get better every year, right?
Sure.
So they're experimenting with that 7 to 10 to 14 day window. There is absolutely zero skill in forecasting past 7 to 10 days. Even 7 to 10 days gets a little wishy-washy. And when I mean no skill, none whatsoever.
It's a guess. It's like literally throwing a dart at a dartboard.
Absolutely. So what we do is we watch trends. So this area, you asked about the two behind Erin. The next one, which is likely to be Fernand, it's the one that you're going to see highlighted in orange a lot the next couple of days. That one, Thursday, Friday, and early on Saturday morning, long term, had a pretty big hurricane, almost the size of Erin, making landfall somewhere either east coast of Florida all the way over to Texas. Well, guess what happened the last couple of days as it gets closer? Now some computer models aren't even developing it into a named storm or a hurricane and turning it well before it gets to Florida. Wait 3 days, it's going to do something completely different.
That's why we say we're watching it.
Exactly.
It's just something we're watching right now. If there's
waiting to where I can take my expertise, take my degrees and all these years in this industry, and actually help someone out. But right now, you asked me to make a forecast, I can't.
You
Might as
brought up
well
a
throw a dart at a map, you know?
Right. You brought up a really good point that goes back into what I've been seeing when it comes to engagement. A lot of people saying, well, we've never seen the National Weather Service put out predictions this early. And so when you talk about, like, listen, this is something they're experimenting with, that is so important to be clear about because
Yeah,
That's part of what we're seeing.
And to be clear, the computer models are the
Right.
ones that are like they're experimenting with the algorithms and just
Yeah.
because they will get better.
Right.
In 10 years, there probably will be skill.
Right.
10 to
It's like
12.
your iPhone now
Right.
is better than your flip phone
Sure.
was 10 years ago.
And who knows, 20 years from now, we may be experimenting with 21-day forecasts
Yeah.
because we are getting better year after year. But the Hurricane Center highlights those areas kind of to give awareness, like, hey, it's there. Don't be surprised if we name this one Fernand. And I believe it's Gabrielle is the G name.
Okay.
So, we're in the middle of August. These
Yeah.
areas are out there.
Yeah, of course.
But I just hate the fact that every time one of them's highlighted,
I
we're
know.
all going to die.
No, we're
And
not.
especially for what we went through here with Ian,
Yeah.
Helene, and Milton, it's
Exactly.
like pump the brakes a little
triggering.
bit.
Totally.
For sure.
But our team of meteorologists are amazing. They have you covered at fox4now.com. There's a special weather section. I particularly love the interactive radar. I use it on a daily basis. I like zoom in. I'm like,
yeah.
okay, there it is.
Yeah.
But we appreciate that. It's a good update for us. Okay, if you went to downtown Fort Myers and there were these rentable scooters there, which there are right now because they're on a pilot program, would you rent one? I'm just curious.
Yes.
I would.
Really?
Because I've never done it.
It is kind of fun, right?
You've never done, have you done it, Amy?
I have been on a motorized scooter, but not like one I rented somewhere.
Okay.
It's like
Yeah.
my son.
I'm surprised you haven't done
Well-
it. I gave you like so many more cool points than that.
Yeah, no, actually, I take it back. But it was like a legit scooter, almost like a Vespa.
Yeah.
And it was, it was like Island of Moray. I did the whole island
Love
around,
it.
but not in like a city, not like
Yeah.
a city
Yeah.
environment that you weren't on like a vacation, if you will.
So, Sharga, tell us a little bit about this because this is a pilot program, 1 year test run, if you will, in downtown Fort Myers for these scooters that you rent.
Yeah, you're essentially renting them. If you've been to places like Tampa, St. Pete, they already have these programs in place, and you're basically able. You see these scooters behind you. You'll like walk around downtown. You'll see a scooter. You use your phone actually to rent the scooter, and you can drive around. You see our Fort Myers community correspondent Miyoshi Price. You can make your way around downtown. So you might be at the Sidney and Byrne Performing Arts Center, and then you're like, yo, I want to get some pizza. You can hop on the scooter, drive over there, park it, get some pizza, go to the next location.
You're talking to me here.
Yeah, like, right? Because I'm like, come on, this is a vibe. And so you can do it from 6 a.m. to midnight.
Okay.
This is a year-long pilot program. So they're testing it out to see, like, hey, does this work for the Southwest Florida community? Now, the difference here compared to some other communities where you've seen this, we don't have bike lanes, right, in downtown Fort Myers. So you are actually permitted to only ride these in the roadways.
Not on the sidewalk.
Not on the sidewalk. So a lot of people have concerns when it comes to like safety and navigating that area. But I thought you brought up a good point, which is like, I feel like a lot of people in those areas do kind of drive a little slower in those,
my gosh,
in those
yeah, for
areas.
sure.
But then you do have those people you're out at, not me, but maybe like, the Gen Zers are like out at the club late at night or something. And people are driving around a little crazy, right? That's real, especially if you're driving around at 11 p.m., 12 o'clock in the morning. So those are some of the concerns people have, or even during like art walk or music walk when people are walking in the street as well.
I don't think that's going to be their high point of rental, right? Like if there's a crowd on the street, you're not going to want a scooter because you'll be like, excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah. But if you think about it, like you're doing art walk and music walk in that one particular corridor of downtown, there's still other little roadways that you could fly down.
Yeah.
We should point out that there's a grid, right? So this is how these systems normally work. Once you hit the grid and you go out of that area, your scooter stops, right?
okay.
I said
or slows
earlier,
down.
it's like the shopping carts at Burlington Coat Factory.
Yeah, it's real.
You got to walk out and you're like,
100%. Yeah.
Do we know how much these are?
I don't know how much they are, but we have a web story. Miyoshi Price, this was her story, and you can find it on our website, fox4now.com. We can try to pull that up and see.
Way to find out. Go rent one.
We should just go rent one.
I love the fact that these have seats on them because some of them, like I think it's Lime scooters and the Birch scooters.
You gotta
You
stand.
stand and you got
Yeah.
one foot in front of the other,
Yeah.
and it just looks a little wobbly.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I'm
have a
looking.
seat.
Hold on.
You know what else I was thinking about this? You know how parking's such a problem in downtown Fort Myers? People don't want to pay for parking, and I
Right.
totally understand that. You could park your car in like a free area and then hop a scooter and go wherever you need to go as well.
There you go.
Oh, that's awkward.
She doesn't have it on there.
It's okay.
We'll ask her. We'll text her. And
Let's
ask
just
her.
text her.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about guns because
Hey,
there's
it's
no
Tuesday, right?
scoot in the topic. So there's a push by Republican lawmakers in the state of Florida to change the age to purchase a gun. So if you remember when the Parkland school shooting happened at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, the age back then to buy a gun in the state of Florida, excuse me, was 21.
Yeah.
And because of the tragedy that happened there and everything that happened with Nicholas Cruz, I mean, a lot of people died. It was very upsetting.
Of course.
The law was changed so that you couldn't buy a gun. Let's see here. No, it used to be 18. Sorry. It used to be 18 and they switched it to 21. Flip that. So you had to be older to buy a gun after the Parkland shooting. Well, now Republican lawmakers are pushing to bring it back down to 18 to purchase a gun again. Governor DeSantis is backing this. As you can imagine, there is opposition from some lawmakers, including those in the Senate. But remember, there was also where in Tallahassee, where all the lawmakers gather, the shooting at Florida State University too.
Yeah.
That was a young guy. I think he was 20 years old.
Yeah.
So that kind of added fuel to the fire, if you will. So this is a hot topic that there's this question that's been raised. Should the age for buying guns match the age for military service? Because some people are like, hey, if my kid can be, going to shoot guns and be in the military and risk their life at 18, why can't they own a gun? So this is something that we're going to follow. It's a hot topic, if you will.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's interesting because you bring up the military service. I always say, if you can fight for my freedom, you can have a beer, right? So that one always equates. When you get into this debate here, usually, I'm not going to say all the time, and I don't know the specifics for these two cases, when something like that happens with the tragedy, it wasn't even the person's gun. They didn't purchase it. They got it from a friend or the black market, or they got it out of the parents' house. It was already owned by an adult. So I'm not sure, obviously you'd have to look at the stats, how much changing it from 21 to 18 would stop the bad eggs, if you will, from committing these crimes, because I feel like they would find it regardless.
You're saying they'd get access to a gun regardless of the age.
Yeah. And again, I don't know the specifics on where Nicholas Cruz and these guys got their weapons, but too many times we hear, oh, they got it out of dad's closet or mom's purse, those kind of things, and took it to a school. So
so the Democratic lawmakers who are like, we should not be talking about this, are saying instead of talking about this topic, we should really be focused on the other things that are really important going on in society right now: healthcare, affordability, everyone being priced out on everything. So their argument is like, really, we're going to talk about this again? So, obviously, like with anything, there are two sides. Everyone has pretty strong opinions on this one. And so we're just going to follow it and watch it closely.
Yeah.
that's good.
Doug?
Hey, Doug.
Dougie! What's up, Dougie? Doug said hi to us and was letting us know about the scooters downtown.
Yeah.
He said it's walkable. So what, he doesn't think we really need them?
I love that perspective. And that's actually, Doug, I appreciate you saying that. That's what some people on Facebook were saying as well. Like, listen, our downtown's like this and Tampa's is like this. So we actually don't really need another mode of transportation downtown.
Okay, help me with the names here, but I'll give an argument. Middle of the summer, you're in downtown Fort Myers. What's the name of the new apartment complex? Is it Ivy?
Yep.
Yeah, the Ivy.
So you go from the Ivy and say you want to go all the way down to what's the new cool hip place that's outdoors with the bar and the live music?
Oh, backyard.
Bay Street Yard.
Thank you.
Thank you.
They're pretty far apart.
Yeah.
If
Does it go to Centennial Park? Can you ride them to Centennial
Is it
Park?
in the grid? Is Centennial Park in the grid?
Yeah.
Look.
But even like those two locations, if I'm going out on a date or I just don't want to sweat in the middle of summer, I just grab a scooter and I get over there and I go very fast. So that
You bring up a good point. It's not necessarily like proximity as much as it is could be like, I want to save some time or I don't want to sweat.
Convenient.
Yeah, convenience.
Though I will say, riding a scooter with the pizza box in your hand might be difficult.
it keeps going back to
I'm just
D-Hop.
saying.
Your hand.
I
Yeah.
love D-Hop. I love D-Hop.
Shout out to our people at
If you have questions or comments and you're watching on Facebook, make sure to drop them in there and we'll have our lovely Neha and Ellie let us know what you're saying so that we can give you a shout out.
Thanks for chiming in, Doug.
Yes.
Although Doug, you're right. With the D-Hop, I do need to put in the steps. So.
I love D-Hop.
Let's talk about this poor woman in Collier County. So she was walking, in Bird Rickery Swamp Trail. This is a very popular trail. She was bitten by an alligator. She walked through the water. I do want to point that out. She wasn't just walking on the grass or the land. So FWC called out the trappers. They wouldn't confirm if they actually caught the gator or not. And we don't even know if it's going to be relocated or what's the word that they use?
For relocated?
No, the other one.
Euthanize?
Yeah, but there's a different word they use. Sorry.
I'm not sure what word you're referring to. I'm sorry.
I'm off the
It's
rails.
okay. It's okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's okay.
This poor woman got bitten, and we went, our community correspondent,
Mahmoud
Bennett, he lives and works in Collier County. So
Yeah.
he went and he actually spoke to people who were walking on the trail. And they're like, I've been saying this is going to happen for a while because
Yeah.
when they walk, they see like 15, 20 gators at a time. Granted, I mean, you're in Florida. It's kind of like a swampy area. So it's just one of those things. You got to be super, super careful. Now, this woman, in this case, I feel so bad for her because she accidentally like hit the gator. So it was probably
So
just
he reacted.
reacting, but you could not pay me to walk through the water there.
No. That's why they say stay on the trail, right? Seriously.
Yes. I mean, there are signs everywhere that say,
Yeah.
you know, like beware of alligators.
I was on a trail there in Collier County. I don't believe it was this particular one, and it was during alligator mating season. And I heard one of the males do that bellow.
Oh,
Are you going to imitate that right now?
No. I
going to.
I couldn't get back
Is it like
to my,
Chewbacca?
No,
It's a-
big.
It's a bellow. Like,
Yeah, it's like. No, I was back to my car. Really fast. It's like not today, not
Yeah,
today.
yeah. I feel like you never forget that sound once you hear it. You don't know what sound I'm talking
probably
about? I
have.
feel like you
If
do.
you
I
are-
can't remember what I did
Yeah,
yesterday.
yeah.
I'm sure, yeah, but yeah, no. So that
It's going to drive me crazy, this word. I'm looking for. When they euthanize a gator,
Yeah.
there's a word they use.
Okay, well, if you're watching on Facebook and you know what word Amy might be talking about, please let us know. I'm going to look it up for you, sis.
No, don't. I want to think of it. Hold on. Come to me at like 2 in the morning.
you say we're going to find out tomorrow in the middle of the next podcast. It's
Anyway,
gonna
we
come
wish
to-
the woman the best of luck.
Yeah, we do.
And
and just so that trail, Bird Rookery Swamp Trail.
yeah.
Just be careful when
Yeah.
it comes to bodies of water in Southwest Florida. That's
Anywhere.
anywhere in Florida. Just because you never know. And
live-
also, FWC didn't confirm, right, that it was that the alligator was trapped.
Yes.
And that was part of the conversation on social. I feel like I say that all the time. It's because it's my job to watch this. Sorry, it's spam risk is calling. But like a lot of people were saying, she walked into the water, which means the alligator probably was,
Yeah.
chilling, right? And then all of a sudden was like, what's going on?
It was like,
And
smack.
so the justification, a lot of people, a lot of people are like, listen, it probably wasn't trapped or relocated or whatever because, you're in their habitat at that point and it's not necessarily a nuisance.
By the time they got there, how would you identify which
gator?
one it was
Yeah.
if there's that many
Yeah.
on the trail? So
We hope she's okay.
Well, and a lot of the people that Mahmoud spoke with who were walking on the trail, like they're getting ready to go down the same trail that a woman just got bitten on. And they were like, no, I hope it's relocated
Yes.
because this is
Yeah.
their habitat and they
True.
understand.
That's
like,
true.
that's their spot.
Yep.
Southwest Florida Island Hopper Songwriter Fest. This is something we always look forward to every year. So this year it's September 19th through 28th. So basically, if you are not familiar with this, there are different spots on different dates where you can go, like Cape Coral, downtown Fort Myers Beach. And there are different people who have written their own songs, playing their music. You go check it out. And here in Southwest Florida, it's the 19th through the 28th again. And this is rated the #4 music festival in America by USA Today. How
Let's
cool
go.
is that?
Let's go.
Oh,
I'm gonna put you on the spot. Have you guys been?
I have never been. I feel like I talk about it every year on air and I never have actually made it.
I don't have much of a social life, so no, I haven't been.
Have you been?
I have.
Yeah.
This was pre-Ian. I went to the day because they do it in different locations, different days throughout that time span. It's not, what were the dates again? September 19th to 28th. It's different spots. So I went to the one out of Fort Myers Beach.
Nice.
And actually, I take the bet. I've been twice
Okay.
because I saw a band called Gone West. Colby Collet was part of that.
Okay, yeah.
And I saw them down at just at the bottom of Pinchers there. They performed like
cool.
a little private thing. But what I love about it is you're seeing the songwriters that write the songs for the big
awesome.
stars.
That's awesome.
And you're hearing their original version, how it went, and they kind of tell some stories about their songs. And it was a great way to see Fort Myers Beach, walk, see all the different venues.
Mm-hmm.
So now I think it's even more important to go out there and support the businesses that are coming back.
What were the vibes like at the Songwriter Fest?
Take Fort Myers Beach vibes pre-Ian when everything was in place and just amp them up.
Mm-hmm. Love that.
Like, everybody was super chill, happy.
Big stage, like we're talking about like
Most of them were small, intimate venues.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's
Okay.
usually at a
Okay.
restaurant, right?
Very small,
Okay.
intimate.
Okay.
There's that new park by Nervous Nellies.
Okay. Mhm.
Now they have one set up there. That's probably one of the biggest venues that I've seen with one of the songwriters. Until you get to the parties, there's always a headliner at the Pink Shell Resort.
Yep.
And this year it's Chris Young.
Yes, there's a headliner at Pink Shell, and Low Cash is going to be at the Westin Cape Coral Resort.
Yeah, aren't they a local band?
Aren't they a local band?
Maybe.
Okay, just checking.
I just really appreciated that both of you, when you talked about the songwriters writing their own songs, you both did this. And so I just
They
wanna
often
point
have
that
a
out.
guitar in
So-
hand.
so we're
Loved
both
that.
right-handed?
Yes, I love that so much. Anyway, I've never been, but it's on and popping right now, and it's something for you to do and check out. And I know it's a Southwest Florida tradition. That's why I thought it was like a big stage and stuff. I did not know.
Yeah.
You had me at like the intimacy of it. I like that.
Yeah, no, when
Which
you
is
go,
cool.
Yeah, like when you
Yes.
go to Fort Myers Beach, sometimes the hardest decision is I'm going to go see a guy at the Yucatan or Nervous Nellies, or they have
Options.
at the same time.
Wow.
So there's a lot to do.
Yeah, it's like
Very, very-
Captiva, Cape Coral, Fort Myers Beach. It's
Yeah.
all over.
Do you know the Bluebird in Nashville?
No.
The Bluebird is a famous place where singer-songwriters go and they try out music, and a lot of people have been discovered there. I think that kind of vibe, like you're sitting, you're chilling, you're having a drink, and just listening to originality.
Love that.
So,
You make yourself sound so much cooler than you are. Just kidding, Trish.
She's not wrong though.
He's like, the Bluebird, I got to watch people come out and sing their songs. I'm just messing with you.
do you play guitar?
I can play like one song by Nirvana.
Yeah, I was wondering because Amy can play piano. So I was curious.
That one.
Nice.
Okay.
Very nice.
Anyway, something else going on this weekend. We love this one. Our special pops are at Cultural Park Theater on stage, and they are doing like a show, right? So this is August 24th, 2 o'clock. The doors open.
Excuse me.
Show
sorry.
show starts at 3, and they're asking for a $5 charitable donation.
You made me block the QR code.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
We love Special Pops, and we also love Cultural Park Theater, so definitely check it out. Allie, were you saying that tickets are still available for Songwriter Fest or for this particular event? So our producer
both,
Allie
yeah.
wants you to know that tickets are still available for both.
For the Singer-Songwriter Festival, usually it's the big party at the Pink Shell that will sell out first. So
You are like our party
I was
correspondent,
gonna say again. So much cool.
but like you're gonna be home.
I was getting ready to say that. When it's all over, did you go? Nah,
Exactly.
too much effort. But I may go this year because it's been a while.
Yeah.
Why not?
You better send us a picture if you go.
I'm taking you with me. You've never been.
That's true.
you should go.
I owe it to the Songwriters Fest to go. Seriously.
I feel like you do too.
You'd love it. You'd love it. Then you just got to pick a destination, right? Which one do you want to go to?
I know.
Captiva.
I guess I know. Captiva is always a go-to for me. It is never a problem for me to go to
Like
Captiva.
my happy place.
I love Captiva.
Are we considered young adults? No,
Wait,
right?
who?
Like
which,
me-
which one of the
like-
we? I'm going to
Like
say.
Amy and I.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
I mean,
I think
I'm
we're all
older than
considered
Shari.
Young adults.
Young adults like 20s, right?
up here or
Well, then I don't think I'm in that category. That probably applies to Ali and Ahan.
Okay, so
all
the
are.
reason I ask is because there's a new survey out that says 44% of Gen Z and millennials skip big social events with friends because they think that friendship is getting too expensive.
so I'm Gen X, so these generations are like buying their friends, or it's too
Well,
expensive.
no, like
to hang
going out to dinner, right? Like the activities, all the things you do, like the budget every month to go out. Like, hey, let's go grab some wine, and then let's go to dinner, and then let's go like putt golf, and then let's go to Top Golf. You know, like
Is it? And I feel like we just have to ask them.
I have a thought.
Okay, is it because life is getting expensive? Like going out is gone up in price? Is that what that is? Because I do see this trending on TikTok a lot. Wow.
I have a thought too. Hold on, but here, let's ask the experts, the youngins, the young adults.
Yeah, I would agree with what you said. Like
Yeah.
everything's just getting way too expensive.
Yeah.
So maybe trying to find things at home to do or
100%.
like free events that like you guys find online and things like that. But
Yeah.
everything's just adding up, I think, for people.
Right,
Okay, don't
going
move,
to dinner.
Don't move, because I have a question. Do you think it's also because of what social media has done?
Yup.
with Instagram and
That's
everything.
what I was going to say. They
And
need to
it's-
go out to dinner and be
But I have to show everything, and I saw Susie yesterday had the glass of wine here, so I'm going to go buy a bottle. Like you have to outdo outfits and everything involved.
I was thinking, like, when I was in my youngin' days, in my early 20s, it was like, hey, come over to my house. We're going to play a game, bring
out,
some
yeah.
beer, hang out, we'll make tacos or whatever.
Yeah.
But now it's like, you need the cute restaurant with the neon sign.
I think that's a good point.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the aesthetics are super important for some people and like social media doesn't help.
My hamburger helper is not going to, like, get the shares on social media.
Dude, can I just tell you?
I still love
I say, yes.
And macaroni, boxed macaroni and cheese.
Oh, I love box mac. It has to be spiral though.
The
my
cheeseburger,
girl.
the cheeseburger or hamburger helper.
Yes.
So good.
Yeah, throw in a little ground meat in there. I know you're looking at us like disgusted.
No,
but come on.
I don't know that I've ever had the cheeseburger one. I have had the beef stroganoff one,
That
and
was
I
good.
will eat that whole thing.
I'll bring you.
Skillet.
I'll bring you a
No,
box.
why is
That's the
Why
problem.
can I finish the box?
It's kind of weird. I'm like, oh, that was a pound of ground beef.
Yeah. In my belly. Yep. I feel it.
Hashtag you can get Ozempic for 50% off now if you pay cash.
That story was on the news today.
Just saying.
She's not joking. This
No.
is real.
Yeah.
I was just looking at the amount of money these people spend to be famous on TikTok. I
I
brought
think
up TikTok for you.
There's like this whole like resistance, I guess that you would call it, Neha.
Like
of people
Star
on
Wars.
TikTok who are like, listen, I want to de-influence you, right? And so instead of thinking of like time with your friends as is like going to these nice restaurants and taking pictures and stuff, it is more like, let me help you to think about maybe just hanging out with your friends at the pool that you already pay for at your apartment complex.
Right. Like, let's play Pictionary.
Let's
So much fun.
Right. Does it get old? You know what I mean?
Never.
And so I kind of like tend to lean into that a little bit. And I'm just curious because I know Neha is about the aesthetic. I'm just going to put her out there.
She definitely
She is about I mean, this girl, she's my favorite influencer. I always tell people that. But Neha also values like real time with people. So
Yeah.
like what is your advice to people or either one of you who's like seeing this and they're feeling that pressure? Because that is pressure. If you hit me up and you're like, girl, let's go to, I'm not going to be like, oh girl, I feel like that's a little expensive, right? A lot of people aren't going to be like that, especially younger people. So what are what's your advice to people like that?
I think maybe like when making plans next time with your friends, you can take a second and think like, do I want to spend $200 at this really fancy restaurant just so that people can see it online? Or I can, save it for like a special occasion, or maybe just like get to know my friends better and have like quality time and do things that you were saying, Shari, instead. So
Yeah.
Or hit up all the happy hours in town, or start bragging on social. Hey, 2 for 1. Where are my frugal friends?
I was thinking more like, let's do a craft at home, and that's like cute to post on social too. Not like a craft, that sounds boring, but you know what I mean? Like I don't know,
It doesn't sound
tie-dye
boring.
T-shirts or something.
Back when I was a young adult, as the script says, it was the same thing, like hang out at home or whatever you need to do. But we would always be like, we can get a whole bottle compared to one glass
Preach.
wherever you're going.
Preach.
Let's hang out. Let's have a good time. Like there
Preach.
was nothing better than a bonfire, some cornhole, whatever. Just kind of
Chilling.
yeah.
Yeah, chilling. I'm with that. Come over. Let's hang out in the pool.
No,
I love that.
I didn't have a pool where I grew up. I had a pond in the backyard, but different vibe.
No gators.
No, gators is real. When I was younger, I wanted to live up near a stream. I always wanted to be like, this is going to sound so crazy.
Up near a stream.
Yeah, I wanted to.
What about an
Hold
island?
on, but also she wanted Michael Bolton to be her love interest, but she
I,
told people he was her stepfather.
You guys
But
are gonna
okay,
fade, okay?
okay, what? Go stream.
I wanted to be a pilgrim. Like, I just like when I would read the books about those children who would be by the stream catching fish, it sounded like a good life. And then later on, I learned I probably would not have had a good life.
Was Michael Bolton?
We're never gonna have this podcast after this. I'm so sorry. I just wanted to share with the class.
Are you crying because you're laughing
I'm embarrassed at the same time,
or
but
sad?
I
or
always
sad?
need to tell you guys the truth.
I'm so sorry you never became a pilgrim. It's okay.
My mom is so embarrassed watching
renaming
this.
this podcast like
Shari's Confessions.
confessions from a news anchor.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my goodness, that was
You
really
know,
funny.
it's
Thank you so much.
bad enough they don't have AC in this room for us during the podcast. but
I know.
You're legit
I
crying.
am. I share too much with you guys.
I love you.
We should wrap this up.
All right. So on that note, we're going to give you news of the day for the next 30 minutes. And
what's the pilgrim word for killing an alligator?
okay, we're going to go. Goodbye. Love you. Goodbye.